And you don't want to jump right into the project without having to lay a proper foundation and a proper start. Because trust me, if you just jump right in without enough information, that honeymoon is going to turn into a divorce real quick. Hi, this is Rob G and welcome to Savvy. Today I want to talk to you about slowing down to speed up. Now what that actually means is sometimes in our process when we start off with a client and we're excited and maybe there's a rapport there, or at least there's a start of rapport and you're feeling good about it. You know, it's kind of sometimes it's a honeymoon stage because you like them, they like you like each other, and birds are singing and the sun is shining and everything seems great. And you want to jump right in. You're both excited about the project and you want to get right in there and you want to get started. But hold on a second. I've made this mistake before. That's why I'm going to share it with you. And you don't want to jump right into the project without having to lay a proper foundation and a proper start. Because trust me, if you just jump right in without enough information, that honeymoon is going to turn into a divorce real quick. It's going to turn into a nightmare of a relationship. You'll probably refer to them as a nightmare client, and it's probably not them. It's going to be on you to make sure that that process goes smoothly. Remember this, you're the professional. They came to you for expert advice and guidance. They don't know what to do. If they did, they wouldn't be hiring you. So the responsibility lies with you to lay out the process, to lead them along, to make sure there are proper boundaries and guidelines to the process. Don't let the creative project go out of control because you're running on every whim of the clients. So how do you do that? So what you want to do is you want to take more time up front. And that's what I mean by slow down to speed up. You slow down in the beginning and you take time up front in your discovery phase of the project. And of course I'm talking about creative projects here because at Genovese Web we do branding, design, we do logos and websites. So mostly we're talking about creativity here, but it can work for any process if you're in the service business. When you start in the beginning and you keep it slow, you ask lots of questions. You ask clarifying questions so you understood what they meant to say. Sometimes they'll say, what I meant was, and if you hear that, it's probably because you didn't ask a clarifying question to make sure you got them to say what they mean, because people don't always actually do that. They may say things, but they may mean another, and you're gonna have to ask clarifying questions in order to find out what they really mean. So ask clarifying questions and ask more questions and follow-up questions. After asking those questions, you're going to want to repeat back what you heard to make sure. And that's going to lead into the next step, and that's writing down the initial scope or the notes of the meeting. And you're going to send it to the client, and you're going to make sure that what you heard and what was said is actually what the intention is, and is actually defining the problem. And you're going to be coming up with proper solutions to that problem because it's been clarified, it's been identified. Once they see that written out, they may go, oh, wait a minute, this isn't exactly what I was talking about. Or, hey, we left out a whole part that I didn't think of or I thought we covered. Or maybe you just didn't get it and you need to have that added in there for clarification. So that's what I'll do. I'll send an initial scope with no fee on it. It'll just be basically minutes or notes from the meeting and very clarified in bullet points saying, hey, this is what we covered. This is what I believe we're going for. Am I missing anything? And that's a great question. Am I missing anything? It's gonna get them to think in that frame of mind of, oh, wait, let me see if I did give him everything. Because maybe they didn't. Maybe they thought of something later on that they didn't make you aware of, and now they can add it into there, and then you can revise that scope of work and you can present it to them and you get approval on the scope. Again, no fee. Now, that fee will come later after you've revised it and you get it approved, and they know, okay, we are on the same page, literally on the same page, because you provided that written out. Once you've done that, and once you've given the fee and the agreement's signed and deposit is taken, you want to make sure that there is regular communication. And so because you've taken that time up front and you slowed the process down and you made sure you understand as best as you can that you feel like there's no information missing, not even feel, you know there's no information missing, and that way it's written down in the scope. So along the ways you're communicating, always staying on track. And so here's one of the things I like to avoid with a client. I don't want to have them be the first one to reach out after a period of time of no communication to say, hey, just wondering where we stand, what's the status, or what's going on with the project. If you get that email or that call or text, it's not really a good thing, because that means they've been wondering for a little while, and you never want a client wondering. What you want to do is you want to be the first one to reach out, even if there's no milestone that you're hitting at the moment, just to say, hey, just touching base, project is going along great, should have milestone, whatever it is, hit in the next couple of days. I'll let you know, looking forward to it. Because you want them to feel comfortable. They want to think that, hey, they think you're working on their project 24/7. And when you do that, it really feels like you're giving them the attention, even though you may be on other things. Just that regular communication will help them feel more at ease. And that's really what you want to do. So now as you progress along, there should be no surprises. Now here's the thing. If there is anything that comes up outside of the scope, you can issue a change order. And it's obvious, it's apparent, it's already written down, so that if there is something to add, they know it's outside the scope. They know it's going to be extra, hopefully, okay? And then you won't have to feel like you've got scope creep and that the project is getting out of hand and that they're just asking for one more little thing, and if it wasn't clarified, well then you kind of gotta do that thing, and now your profitability is going down, and you don't want that to happen. So if it goes outside the scope, you can be upfront and say, okay, so I'm looking at the scope and this is outside of that, there will be an additional fee, and however you handle that, whether you put it on at the final bill at the end or you issue a change order and it's a separate fee, that's up to you. But at least it will be acknowledged and it will be clear, and there will be no awkwardness throughout the process. So that's how you slow down to speed up, and that will help you immensely in not just helping to speed things up so you can become more profitable with every project, but it also creates a really nice relationship in which your clients feel understood and listened to. They feel like they were in the hands of an expert, and they refer more business to you. So I want to hear what you have to say about this. I want you to spike those comments below, hit the subscribe button. I got great new content coming out every week. And this is Rob G. This has been Savvy. And remember, always be learning, always stay savvy. Thanks for watching.